Guys, we have some bad news. But before we get into the video, make sure you hit that like button. It really does help me out and it is greatly appreciated. So then, we have some bad news. We also have some good news potentially as well. But yeah, we have some bad news. We have more issues with the BMW 760 Ally. Now I could try and explain to you guys right here, right now, but it's just going to be easier if we get outside and I'll show you exactly what the problem is. So let's do that. Okay, then let's get into things and we'll start in the interior. So if you saw one of my previous videos where I attempted to retrofit the iDrive system from my 2008 LCI BMW 7 Series parts car into this 2003 pre-LCI BMW 7 Series, you'll know that we swapped out the screen, the MMI, the ASK unit, and also the navigation module in the trunk. Now, before retrofitting the iDrive system, I was under the impression that it should be pretty much plug and play. But after doing it, it was pretty clear that that was not going to be the case. Some coding had to take place for everything to work as it should. Now, the good news is that the ASK unit has now been coded, which means that the iDrive system should be pretty much there when it comes to working as it should. But some bad news is that the MMI screen, because this is from a late 2008 BMW, it cannot be coded in the car to work, you know, with this system. To work with the modules in this 2003 car, this screen actually has to be sent off and coded on a bench. So I'm going to have to remove this again, send it off, and it's going to have to be coded for it to work with the rest of the car. That's not even the worst piece of bad news. Let's head to the trunk and let me explain. So, anyone want to hazard any guesses as to what is going on here? As you can see, half of the trunk has been taken apart. We have this module down here, just ignore that, that is the TCU, the Bluetooth module. I plan on retrofitting that at a later date because the original TCU is just outdated now. And yeah, this will mean that I can actually connect my mobile phone via Bluetooth to take calls and whatever. So yeah, that's going to be a good addition when that goes in place. But yeah, our main issue is actually to do with the Logic 7 amp. Now, I don't know how many of you guys have been following this series, but pretty much when I bought this car, I had a pretty bad battery drain, and I put that down to a faulty navigation unit. Now, I'm kind of led to believe that it was not the navigation unit that was faulty, but in fact, it was the Logic 7 amp. Now, let me explain how I've came to that conclusion. So, when I done the retrofit of the iDrive system, I thought that the original ASK unit was faulty because the audio was cutting in and out, and yeah, I just couldn't listen to anything. So I put that down to the ASK unit. Turns out that when the new ASK unit was coded, I was still getting the audio cutting in and out. And after doing some research, I found out that the Logic 7 amp, especially the early models, have quite a few common problems with them. Internally, they go bad, and yeah, like I said, the early models, they cannot actually be repaired. The later models, I believe they can, but yeah, I think this is actually our culprit. So what I've done is, because it is bad, because we will more than likely get a battery drain if this is plugged in to the MOST network, I've had to disconnect it. As you can see, we can see the fiber optic light there flashing away. Now, what I've actually done is removed from the parts car, while I still have it, that shouldn't be around for too much longer, I've actually removed the MOST network diagnostic key, lollipop, whatever you want to call it. And as it is, so this is how it comes, obviously this goes inside that as it is. Now that won't plug into there, But I've removed the inside, the fibre optic cable from it, and this, I believe, should plug into there. And if we plug this in and we have an iDrive system that is working, not only will I be over the moon, but it will confirm our suspicions that this amp is in fact dead and faulty and needs to be replaced. So let's go ahead, get this plugged in, test the iDrive system, and if it works, if we have sound, it's not cutting in and out, it confirms that this is no good. Okay, so as you can see, the most network loop is in place, obviously cancelling the Logic 7 amp from the most network. So we should have a complete closed circuit now. I guess we should just head in the car and see what the iDrive system is telling us. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I am pretty nervous. If we insert this key and we still have an iDrive system that isn't working, or we still have the sound cutting in and out, then I really don't know what to do, but let's just try it anyway. Insert the key. So iDrive has loaded up. Let's put the ignition on. Okay, it doesn't seem to be okay, apparently we have radio 1 on. We don't have any sound though. It's not letting me navigate the
refugee agency, which is calling for a ceasefire.
Yes. Yes. It's not cutting out. Yes. I don't even know why there was such a delay, but I turned it on.
This week.
Yes, we have a sound. Let's see if the radio stations are actually working.
Friday night.
Yes, get in there. Oh, honestly, I'm so happy. You don't realise what it means just to have radio in this car. Ever since I bought it, obviously I had the same recharge battery. I'm just going to turn the ignition off. Ever since I bought the car, we didn't have any radio. I think when I just bought it, the audio was cutting in and out. Then obviously we had the battery drain, so I removed the nav module, which I thought that's what it was. Obviously we now know it more than likely wasn't that. It's probably the amp. So yeah, I'm glad that we have audio back. I don't think it's going to be working off all the speakers and the subwoofers, because I think that's what the amp controls. I think it's probably only like the front door card speakers and maybe one speaker in the dash, I believe. But just to have any sound is amazing. Oh, I didn't actually check. Are the parking sensors working? Yes. Get in there. I never even had that before. I obviously had it come on screen, but I didn't have the audible beep. So yeah, over the moon with that. We're getting there slowly with this car. Obviously I am going to need to source a new amp, because I don't think that one can be replaced. But yeah, I am kind of happy now that we have some audio. We are getting there. Still, of course, the MMI, the screen, that needs to be coded on a bench so that can work with the rest of the car. I need to sort out the wiring for that Bluetooth module, because I do want to have that in the car. That'd be a nice addition. And yeah, we need to try and source an amp just so everything is working. But yeah, that little lollipop, most loop, diagnostic key, whatever you want to call it, that has came in handy, definitely. Yeah, we have definitely 100% sourced what the issue is. So yeah, I guess we'll leave it here. We've found what the issue is. We are going to have to spend a bit of money on an amp. I don't think they're cheap. I think they're pretty rare now, to be fair. But it is what it is. At least we have found the source of the issue, and hopefully within a couple of weeks we'll have a fully functioning iDrive system that's updated to the latest firmware. So yeah, I just can't wait, to be honest. But I'm going to wrap this video up. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Hopefully it's helped some of you guys out that are having issues when it comes to the audio cutting in and out, definitely check your amp, especially if it is a Logic 7 amp. They are prone to failing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Please give it a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, and I'll see you all in that next one. Peace.